Fiancé, 28M, wouldn't take me, 26F, to ER? Hi everyone. I wanted to make this post to get some advice. I, 26F, have been with my fiancé, 28M, for 4 years. Our relationship is pretty good, although this incident has me second guessing getting married at the end of this year. On New Year's Eve I randomly woke up in the middle of the night with severe back pain, vomiting, chills, and was just in the worst pain I have ever been in my entire life. My fiancé tried to help getting water, meds, etc., but when I said maybe I should go to the ER, he said no because I don't have insurance. I didn't really argue because I was in too much pain, so I just kind of fought through it. The next day I took myself to the ER via Uber since his comment from the night before still bothered me. I also had no idea what was happening to me, so I was concerned. Turns out I had a kidney stone. Fiancé took me home, and we talked about the situation and how it made me feel, but I still feel off since I also have a chronic illness that could ruin my life if it gets too bad. Any advice? /edit for clarity. I recently got kicked off my parents' insurance due to aging out. My new insurance starts tomorrow. Dude risked you dying. Those symptoms could have just as easily been your appendix bursting. Do you know what can lead to sepsis and death? Your appendix bursting. Also untreated kidney stones or issue, and even untreated UTIs. Your fiancé chose money over you life. He isn't a safe person. In his vows is he going to say, in sickness unless it will cost money, in which case I get to let you die. What if you wanted kids with him? If you get severe prenatal or labor complications, will he check the cost before deciding if you should live? This would be an absolute deal breaker. How did fiancé respond when you talked about it the next day? I understand the struggle of the U.S. healthcare problems, but it's your body and your decision to go to the ER should not have been overruled by his opinion. He doesn't respect your autonomy, and he thinks he knows what's better for you than you do. This is a red flag for me. It isn't about the ER, it's about the way he views you. He thinks he gets to tell you what you should or shouldn't do for your own body, and that would make me uncomfortable. If I had an insignificant other who was in pain like that, and he asked me to take him to the hospital, I would trust his judgment that something is clearly wrong, and I'd drop what I was doing and take him there. So, he delayed your medical treatment in a way that actually cost you more money. Has he apologized for acting stupid as shit, or is this going to happen again? If you do not have health insurance, they still have to treat you at the ER, and they will help you figure out what payment options you have qualifying for Medicaid, charity care funds, payment plans. Refusing to take you to the ER because it might cost money was callous and stupid and dangerous on your fiancé's part, and he needs to understand that. He's rightly lost your trust. Unless he tries to make it up to you, abjectly, this might be a deal breaker, especially since you have ongoing health problems. And please, look into getting some kind of coverage like Medicaid or the ACA plans, depending on your income. Most of you have never had a kidney stone. One of the most painful things to happen to a person, according to every measure. Nobody thinks clearly when you are in that much pain. You expect people who love you to be helpful and have our best interests in mind. My 27M girlfriend, 29F, sent lingerie picture to an older man for money. Pretty much the title. My girlfriend of 6 months used to do sex work for this older wealthy man. She was struggling with money and didn't feel comfortable enough to ask me. I had my suspicions about her behavior as she asked me if I would be okay with her doing that kind of work again. Then out of nowhere, and had started buying new clothes and things when she's been unemployed for months. She also was acting strange in general around her phone. I went through her messages, which I don't feel good about, saw the lingerie picture which I recognized as she had sent them to me previously. They were making plans to meet up after he had sent her the money first, and she canceled. She told me she was scamming him and that she didn't want to see him again and promised it would be the end of it. I feel like the trust is too far broken to continue. Am I justified in breaking up with her, which is what I've already done, just struggling a little with it all? The grief, pain, etc. Thanks for any help. Yes, you're absolutely justified in breaking up with her. If she was struggling with money to the point of returning to sex work, but didn't feel comfortable asking you, it shows a gap in your relationship. A healthy relationship should have enough trust for a partner to say, I'm in a bad financial situation. Whether she was going to scam him or whatever is almost irrelevant. She broke your trust. The acting strange with the phone, knowing what she was doing would hurt you, but still continued doing it. It's normal to struggle even after making the right choice. Cheer up, man, you dodged a bullet. #for the street. The worst part is that she wasn't using the money to buy necessities, but to buy clothing. Shows a lavish of morality where she validates material goods over self-respect. Obviously, breaking up is justified. I think everyone would think it's okay and justified to not want to date a sex worker. Your girlfriend is a literal prostitute. Don't be surprised when she does prostitute things, man. Like if you are gonna date her, you have to accept this. Other dudes paying to her naked. Everything you've said are valid things to be upset about, but more importantly, you don't need a reason. If you're not in it, you're not in it. Is intellect important in a relationship? 31F and 41M. I mean this in the most humble way possible, honestly. I have been with this guy for a little over a month, and it's just obvious that I am smarter than him. I ask him things, and he has no clue what I am talking about. Or maybe he just hasn't been exposed to as much as I have. But I constantly feel like I have to rephrase simple things that I say, or maybe tell him that he should be doing things that I feel like are normal. He's older than me, so I feel like he should be teaching me more than I teach him. What do you all think? Extraordinarily important to me personally. I couldn't live not being intellectually compatible with my partner. Only you can decide if this matters to you or not. Some people would be fine dating someone who wasn't as smart or knowledgeable and might value a person's character over intelligence. Others value intelligence above other attributes. There is no right or wrong, really. It's what matters to you, what kinds of things you value in a partner. I think if you like talking to rocks, go get a pet rock. For a relationship, we should lift the other person up, not make their IQ steadily drop when trying to understand what the hell they are talking about. I don't think intelligence is black and white. Sometimes my partner doesn't know words I use, can't spell, isn't as educated in math and sciences. My partner knows more about the world history, geography, and is street smart. He pays attention to surroundings while I'm blind as a bat to any threats around me and am lost without my GPS. I value his character, morals, and we don't judge or look down on each other because we're not smart in the same areas. Yes, it's important. I have dated men who were not intellectually compatible. Initially, it didn't bother me, but as time went on it became a turn-off. When I met my husband, his intellect was really what caught my attention. Unfortunately, yes, I think it's important for two people to have similar intelligence levels. That's my take. To me it's as important as, say, for example, same parenting styles, same foods, healthy or unhealthy, same financially, think spender versus saver, etc., etc. My mother, F47, wants me, F18, to leave my boyfriend, M20, because his mother, F40, is abusive. Hi all, I'm gonna try to keep this story short. My boyfriend is disliked by my entire family, because he did me wrong in the past. We have only been together a year. I often visit his house every weekend when I visit from university, as I prefer staying there instead of my mom's house. My mom hates my boyfriend for a plethora of reasons, talks to me like I'm nothing, does not have a job, not in education, stuck up, a liar, and he essayed me in the past, but puts up with his presence because I haven't left him yet. Anyway, my mom has not wanted to meet my boyfriend's family, as she don't want to get involved with them at all. Until yesterday, where his mom invited her for dinner. She reluctantly came as she was bored, and she wishes she never came. My mother-in-law was saying a lot of off-key things to my mom at the dinner table, like about her past exes, her drinking and drug problems, beating up her past husband, and lying all in front of her current boyfriend. My mom was horrified and kept glaring at me the entire night. The cherry on the cake was when my boyfriend's sister came and slapped the back of my Emile head. Emile got up and started beating her in the kitchen while company was present, to which the girl ran upstairs crying. There was many other things that was said that night about how my Emile would hurt anyone in the room if they stood up to her. Best believe when me and my mom got home, she started grilling me for choosing a guy and family like that. She also said she wouldn't help me if I started getting abused by my Emile. Does anyone have any advice on how to handle the situation? Thank you. Too long did not read. A nightmare family dinner where my Emile embarrassed herself in front of my mom. My mom thinks she's no good, and I should break up with him. You should listen to your mother. He essayed me, but daddy, I love him. Yikes. Who cares what your mother wants? The Emile is the least of the reasons you need to leave your shitty boyfriend. Your boyfriend is awful. The bar is in hell, and he can't even step over the bar. Drop this asshole. Girl. You wrote this, and I bolded some points. Talks to me like I'm nothing, does not have a job, not in education, stuck up, a liar, and he essayed me in the past. Why are you with this person? I'm on team mom here. Drop him, move on, find someone who actually respects you as a person. Advice, break up with him. In this case, mama knows best, grinning face with sweat.